Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we'll be going through our maternity mock budget for the month of November in 2020, and it will be the third month that I'll be on my maternity leave. So let's get into it. Just before we move on, just wanted to explain that this budget template that I'll be using is the one that I've created for personal use, and if you find this useful and you want to try it yourself, then I will leave a link to it down below to my Etsy shop where you can get a copy for yourself. So now let's move on to our November budget. So in the month of November, I will be expecting the salary of £1,039.75. My husband, again, because we will be moving, so he will not have his business running, so I don't think we'll be receiving any money, so I'm going to budget zero for him. If we do end up getting any money through as an ad hoc job or his I don't know where from but if we do get it, we'll put it in the actual bit here and then we'll work with that. But that's what we are expecting at the moment, so I'm going to budget for that. Nothing, we're not expecting any other income source in November. And for child health benefit, I think I'm going to put 120 like I did in the month of October, because that is the amount for 2 babies in UK as far as I know, but it could be less or more. I will find out once I actually have my second baby and we apply for the child health benefit then. So at the time of filming this video, I am nearly 37 weeks pregnant, so I'm just filming ahead, and I won't be able to find out this amount for sure until we do have the baby with us. So for the month of November, I'm hoping that this expense of self-storage won't be there, this line item, because I'm budgeting with the idea in mind that in November we will be moving out. So I will have some extra expenses here, but they will be for considering in mind that we've moved out, so it wouldn't have self-storage, but it will have other expenses. So for committee money, we'll still have standard 600, we'll have to pay that. Subscriptions, we'll still have 80. Groceries, I'm going to put 250. For phone bills, we have 40. For travel, again, I'll put 250 because my husband said that would cover our expenses for travel. So that 250 will cover the fuel expenses and the car insurance and other things related to car expenses. So I'm going to put 250 there for that. Miscellaneous, I don't know if I'll put anything there. It will depend on the situation at the end. For additional expenses, I'm going to combine utilities there because it will be for the new house. So that would have the council tax bills, the electricity, water, gas, internet, so things like that. So I'm going to budget 350 for that. Okay, so now that I'm looking at the total income there and the total expenses so far, I can see that we've already gone over budget there. So I think I'm really going to have to work some things out here, because I do definitely need to pay these minimum amounts there. So I'm going to keep that there for sure. And let's see what we can do here, because at the moment, if we carry on putting the amounts from the previous month, because I've just copied this from the month of October, if we keep using the same amounts, then this gives us a negative balance of nearly £4,000. So that means we need extra £4,000 to cover all the expenses there. But here I'm going to get rid of the 2,500 because we don't have that money to put in there. But instead, what we'll be doing is the money that we contributed towards new house sinking fund, we might be using that in the month of November. So let's see if we can work with that instead. So instead of that, I'm going to put that 2,500 here and see how much. I think I'll put 1,000 there just in case. So this is from a new house sinking fund. So I'll contribute 1,000 towards these expenses. So that will leave us, so we're not contributing anything there. I will put 1,000 there, beginning balance of 2,500, and then that will leave us with that. So we'll probably use this towards other expenses that we might have. Right, now let's see if that makes any difference now. So definitely we need to pay this. And then emergency fund, we won't have anything. We will not be contributing anything. So we still have a negative 423. So for fun and entertainment, I think I won't contribute anything. For my allowance, I think I'll put 50 instead. Same for my husband, I'm going to put 50. For baby, we might be able to get rid of this money here. So I think I'm going to put just 100 there. So we're left with 4.25. But I definitely want to contribute these. So hubby's challenge, saving challenge 50, we'll put that there. We definitely want to cover that. And for my weekly challenges, for the month of November, when I set it up, I need 109. So I'm going to put 109 there. So that gives us a negative of 9.25. Let's see what we can do. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to budget for what we have, what we normally do, and in that way we will have an idea of how much we actually need. And then we will think about some ways of cutting our expenses here, or trying to find some extra ways of earning money or bringing that extra that we need. Because if you have a look here, I haven't even added any I haven't even added our rent here yet. So let me put that in. I'm going to add another category called rent. So insert, I'll put rent, and we are budgeting for 450. So if we get that, then that gives us a negative value of £659.25. So we really need to think of some ways of getting some extra income in, or we might have to dip into this sinking fund here from the new house sinking fund. We'll see, depending on the situation at that time, we will see what we're going to do. This is the reason why I decided to do these mock budgets, because it would give me an idea in advance of what the situation will be like once we are on a low income but high expenses, because some of the expenses we cannot cut at all. So like food and this subscription thing that we've already agreed to and committed to participate in, we cannot just come out of halfway through. Once we've got our share, we can't just say, oh, we can't do it anymore. Now that we've got our share, we won't be able to help other people there. And then if we are moving out, then we will need rent. So we might have to think really hard about this, because if we can't afford the rent, then that means to cut out this rent expense and this utility expense of, the sum will be 800. Yes, the 800. So we don't have that extra 800. It might mean that we might have to delay moving out for another month or so and save up that money. But that would mean that I would have to add the self-storage line item again back to our budget. So really we have to decide, we have to sit down, discuss and think about it, what we want to do and prepare in advance. So it's good that we're doing it in advance so we can plan ahead. I hope you found this video useful and it gave you some ideas on how to budget in advance for the expenses such as maternity and wedding and things like that, which you know that are coming in the future, but you don't know the exact expenses you will have until you write them down on a spreadsheet or on a piece of paper and actually work out all the expenses and all the money that you have to be able to get a better picture of what you're dealing with. So leave your comments and feedback and suggestions down below in the comment section. I would love to get your suggestions for the month of November specifically, because we will be in a negative budget. So any tips and ideas and suggestions on how to get to the positive or a zero difference, I would love to hear them from you. So please leave any comments and suggestions down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.